The title of my talk is Lost and Found. I hope some of you turned around and watched that screen, because that was much better. The last time this song was performed on this stage, it was performed by Nora and Will. And I've kind of stayed away from it for that reason, because it brings up a lot of emotion, a lot of memory of that particular day when Will started the song and clearly had not put the time into learning the lyrics and was singing his verse, and Nora just jumped off the front row and took over because she knew the whole song. And just her face when she jumped up and went, and then just started singing the correct lyrics. But it came across my desk this week, and when this version came across my desk, I was a basket case. What you probably couldn't see if you watched this screen is that the children who were feeling the energy and the emotion of the music, a lot of them had tears running down their face. And I don't think it was tears that they put there, but tears that had to come out based on something they were feeling. And it wasn't even, yes, it's the vibration of the music and all, but it's the idea of what's going on in this song. So when I look at Lost and Found, why I came up with this title was that we are people who feel a lot, aren't we? How many people here feel things? We feel things. I mean, that's what we do. If we're alive, we're feeling things. Feelings show up and we release them, which are then emotions as we emote them, right? So these feelings are things, and then they get, I'm going to use the word lost just for the purpose of this, they just get lost in the ethers. They have their purpose, and they're doing something. But over here, the idea of found is a profound feeling, much like what Connie was talking about and what this song gets to. And it says you will be found, but it's not that you will be found someday. You're the founder. You are found. And so lost and found, for me, become two ways of living, two consciousness ideas. Do I live in the world of the lost? Am I constantly losing things, losing parts of myself, losing my own determination, losing my own decisions, losing my own forward momentum? Or do I live in the world of the found? Now, I've been teaching this stuff for over 25 years. And when I first came to religious science, I came from a very dysfunctional, painful background in Catholicism for myself, especially as a gay man. You know, what I thought of myself, what I thought the world must think of me, what God must think of me. But when I came into religious science, it became very clear that I was the responsible party for my life, and that to the degree that I let anyone else frame me as who I am, I was responsible for letting them. And that my only job was to remember who I was at all times, no matter what. So that's the found part. And there's something inside of you that is completely found. So I want to go through some of these lyrics. And you're probably all going to think, since I'm the king of slideshows, I have done no pictures going forward in this because yesterday I forgot my computer, so I had to do them all over again in Palm Springs. But then when I did it like this, I was like, wow, there's no distraction. It's just the words. So today you're getting just the words. I know, tell her I'm sorry I didn't do pictures for her. So, the first lyric of the song, have you ever felt like nobody was there? Anybody? Have you ever felt in your life at any time like just, I'm alone? I'm all alone, that nobody's there. That's why those kids were crying, because there's a lot of kids in that group who probably feel alone. And they're singing at the top of their lungs, you are not alone, you are not alone. And they're hearing all these people sing to them, you are not alone. But that's what we teach. We teach oneness. You are not alone. You can never be alone. There can never be a time or a place where what you are going through is yours alone to go through. Because you are found at all times in the truth of who you are as God. And when I say God, I mean greatness on demand. That energy, that power. So, have you ever felt like nobody was there? Yeah. But much like what I was talking about with Connie, can you feel alone, have a moment of that, but still be tethered to the truth of who you know yourself to be. Because we're still going to feel these things. But are we going to feel them from a perspective and a consciousness of knowing who I am, or are we going to keep living in the world of the lost and just keep being lost? Oh, I find it. Oh, I lost it again. Oh, I found it. Oh, I lost it again. When are we going to really understand that we are permanently tethered to our divine identities? That changes everything. And boy, would I have liked to have gotten that as a child. Have you ever felt forgotten in the middle of nowhere? This is how this song starts. This is from the musical Dear Evan Hansen. And so this is how this song starts. Have you ever felt alone? Have you ever felt forgotten? It's about people. It's about the outcasts, the people that feel like they don't fit in. But there is no fitting in. There's no outcasts. There's just one thing. Have you ever felt like you could disappear, like you could fall, and no one would hear? We are a spiritual community. We're not a church. We're not a religion, even though we are a religion because of tax purposes. Just making sure nobody calls me on that from the IRS. But we don't practice religiosity, if that's even a word. We are a community, a spiritual community. And yet, there are people in this very community that when they fall, they think no one can hear because they don't reach out. You don't reach out. You don't tell us when something's wrong in your life. Religious science has an unfortunate knack of bringing victims into play, where if you are not living a full, successful, vibrant, healthy life, you don't show up or you don't tell anybody because then you would be failing as a religious scientist. No, you're failing as a religious scientist when you don't actually see what's going on and do something about it and seek the help you need. So this idea of being alone, it's just ridiculous in a quantum field of knowing that there's infinite possibility and energy and love and creativity and light right where you are, and you don't need to. I said this on Friday to somebody in Mental Muscle. I said, stop trying to get the world to see you, because the problem is you don't see you. The world's never going to make you feel seen. The world is never going to make you feel heard. Stop trying to make the whole world validate you, because if you can't validate yourself, every frigging person on the planet can validate you, and it won't mean anything. I'm not going down Connie's road today. So that's really important to get. That's what we teach. And you know why we're smaller numbers? Because that's what we teach. Because people want a God out here to take care of them, to fix their lives, to tell them what the rules are, and then to follow those rules. And then maybe after they die, they will get a reward of being in heaven. I mean, I know that sounds ridiculous to many of you, to most of you probably, but what's the real truth? What did Jesus say? The kingdom of heaven is at hand. You're already in heaven, so make it heaven, not hell. Your choice. It is done unto you as you believe. He didn't say, it is done unto you as the Father in heaven decides. No, he said, it is done unto you as you believe. So what do you believe? What are your values? What do you believe about your values? So this Ernest Holmes, so then the song goes to another part, which says, even when the dark comes crashing through, like Connie's mud, when you need a friend to carry you, and when you're broken on the ground, you will be found. And I have to liken that to this. You will only be found if you realize that you are the founder. You will only be found if you realize that it's up to you. You're not waiting for someone to find you. You need to find yourself and really understand who you are, and what you are capable of, which is far beyond anything we could imagine. Ernest Holmes says this, we have within us a power that is greater than anything we shall ever contact in the outer. A power that can overcome every obstacle in our life and set us safe, satisfied, and at peace, healed and prosperous in a new light and in a new life. How's that feel? Okay? However, here's the problem. Not a problem. Here's how he grew. This is 1927. In 1958, he basically said something a little bit different. It's not we have within us, we are this thing. It's not that we have it within us, because that's the dualistic problem we live in this lost and found world. We keep thinking we're lost, and the duality of something will find us and fix us keeps us in a state of lost and found and going back and forth between the two, or most often living in this side of it. When what he really means is, you are it. You already are the thing that can overcome any obstacle. You already are safe. You already are satisfied, at peace, healed, prosperous. You are already all of these things. You just don't always know it. And frankly, you often don't believe it. Because if you did believe it, you wouldn't forget it. Even momentarily. I will tell you, I forget it at times, but I so believe this and I so know this as my truth. As soon as I fall off, it's like I got a prodder in me. It just like goes, whoa, what did you just think? I mean, anybody else have that happen? Because now we know. And if I know, I'm not going to keep knowing other things. So he also says, all the power of the universe is with you. Feel it, know it, then act as though it were true. So take a look at your week this week, or your month, or even your whole life, whatever you decide to do. Take a look at it. How have you been acting? How have you been acting out in your world? Have you been really living from a place of knowing who you are? Or have you acquiesced to the push and the pull of a society that is really in a lot of duress right now? I mean, where are you in this thing called you and your life? Because I love what he says here. You are all the power of the universe. Do you feel that? Or are you sometimes lost in the no one knows me, no one sees me, right? So this is my favorite quote that I've found this week, which is, where the mind goes, energy flows. So as we do this is our last Sunday on value. Whatever you say you value has a certain energy to it. And wherever that energy goes, there goes your life. So if you say you value family, well, you better be showing up as someone who values family. You better be involved with your family. You better be giving to your family. You better be in that state of conscious love and support with your family, because you've said to me that you value family. But if you say you value family and you don't do any of that stuff, you just kind of let them do their thing, then do you value family? Or is it just a nice idea for you? That's where we need to go. Because where your mind goes, the energy flows and it hits this quantum field of pure give and take, pure cause and effect. And it brings back to you what you value. You want to know what you value? Look at your life. That's what you value. If you're having struggles, there's some value there. What's the value in it? What's the value in being sick? And I'm not dissing anyone who has a diagnosis or is dealing with their sickness. But there's something there. Why did it come up? Why did it come up right now? I have a very dear friend who's going through a health, I won't even say challenge, because it's all resolving beautifully. But the answer to why it came was, I was never going to take the time to slow down enough to see that my life isn't what I want to be living. And when he said that to me, I was like, wow, that's what happens in this world. It's all energy. And you cannot escape it. The world will find you. The universe will have you out. The universe is pulsating through you, asking you, nudging you, nudging you, nudging you, that works, nudging you to do something with this thing that you are, whatever that is. So, Amazing Grace says, once I was lost, now I'm found. That's what I'd like us to get out of this month. I'd like us all to step out of this lost place where we're constantly ebbing and flowing, realizing who we are and then forgetting who we are, and put more of your mental acumen, more of your energy on this idea that you are the founder, that you are always found, no matter what you're even feeling. There is a truth that you are tethered to that cannot be broken. And when you remember that truth, when you really get who that is who you are, even when you momentarily fall off the bridge and find yourself swimming in a muddy river, you'll stand up and go, well, that was stupid. I know who I am. Climb out of that crap and start living the life you know is yours to live. It's time to leave the lost and found to department stores. It's time to make your mind completely found. Namaste. Oh, that's it. Okay, everybody. Thank you.